years ago when they wanted to build a guest house here. And they started digging and they found the ancient Migdal. When we talk about in the New Testament, Mary Magdalene, she was from here. And Father Kelly, who is the guide here and supervisor, he's going to join us in a few minutes and give us a little historical and archaeological survey of what we see here. But this is an incredible place. This is the only place other than the Arch of Titus in Rome that we found a depiction of the menorah in the temple. So this stone here that was found here probably served as the shulchan, as the table that the Torah was read on. And on the side of it, there's a depiction of the menorah. You can see right here. See this? This was the only time, other than the Arch of Titus, that we can tell what is the menorah look like. Now, it's also very special because the menorah at the Arch of Titus is depicted in a very sad circumstances. It's where it shows the victory of the Roman Empire over Judea. And you see the Jews who were now captive carrying their own holy vessels into Rome. So it was a victory over the God of the Jews. So it's amazing what just happened here, because I think God showed us right now that he was not defeated, right? And he was right here from the beginning, because I'm just going to tell you how this thing came all about. Two members of the synagogue asked me if I would lead a trip to Israel. We normally take interfaith groups in February, and this is November. So, and Stephen Meshover called me within a day of each other. Stephen called me one day and Ellen called me the next day. So I thought, all right, this is something here. I'm going to have to take the trip. And so we organized the trip. And according to the schedule, we were going to be here tonight. And then we realized it was Kristallnacht. And the synagogue asked, are we going to do anything, any program? And I said, well, we're going to be in Magdala, so we can just do it from there. And now, as we're preparing to do this, we have a group from Connecticut with Rabbi Stephen Schulman. Can you raise your hand? And he has a group of survivors, of Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
And they just joined us. And we know each other from the Rabbinical Assembly. And on top of it, Marcia Millman. Our congregation knows Marcia very well. Her husband, Charlie, was an angel. And after he passed away, she moved to Connecticut to be with her daughter. And then they both moved to Florida. And she's on this trip. So if you don't believe in Hashgacha Elyona, Hashgacha Pratit, the providence, I'm sorry for you. So here we are, and Father Kelly is joining us now. So what we want to do, I'm going to introduce what I feel is very important to do here tonight. This synagogue was clearly destroyed in the 1st century, And by the excavation, and I hope Father Kelly will elaborate on it, it shows that they were trying to prevent the attack. They blocked their doors. Of course, it didn't help, but this was a flourishing village. This is where they salted the fish from the Sea of Galilee and sent it to Rome. So this was a delicacy. So they were very affluent, and they had ritual bath, the mikvaot, and you could tell that they had really good life. Pretty much the life that Jews had in Germany in the 30s. But things started crumbling. And tonight, Kristallnacht, the night of the broken glass, is about warning signs. You know, today is the midterm election well, yesterday and today we're still counting the votes. The midterm election in the United States. Israel just had its own elections, and we're all at the point where we need some warning signs that we shouldn't take conflict to a different level. And it's incredible that we're here because the warning signs, the Kristallnacht was the warning sign that we were supposed to get. And many people did get that sign and left or did something else, but many didn't, and unfortunately perished in the Holocaust. But when we talk about destruction in the Jewish context, we have two dates, just like we commemorate the Holocaust with two dates, not just the Holocaust memorial date. We do the Kristallnacht, which is the harbinger to the Holocaust. So in the Jewish tradition, we commemorate the 17th of Tammuz, which is 3 weeks before the 9th of Av, the destruction of the temple. And actually, if you look at it from a sheer numbers perspective, today is also 9/11, and Tisha B'Av, it's November 9th, and the Tisha B'Av in the destruction of the temple is also 9/11. It's the 9th day of the 11th month on the Jewish calendar. So it could be coincidence, but there's something here that is telling us there's warning coming. And the 17th of Tammuz, 3 weeks before the destruction of the temple, tells us that you have to watch the wall, because once the border is breached, then the destruction is coming. So we're here at the site of a destruction, but again, as we say with the Holocaust and our destruction, it also there is tkuma. There's Holocaust, Shoah, utkuma. In Hebrew, we say it together. There's destruction, but there is going to be rebuilding. And the Talmud tells us that the rebuilding is going to happen on the same date of the destruction and the same place. So we're looking at a destroyed site, but let's look at also the hope that we can have for rebuilding. And 2 years ago, we had Father Kelly allowed us to have a service here after 2,000 years in this synagogue, which was Jewish, Christian, and Muslim. And today, after COVID, we're here back, and look at what God arranged for us. We just went that way and God helped us. So let's look at this way. And I'm going to ask Father Kelly to give us a little presentation about the synagogue. Father Kelly is from the Legionnaires of Christ, and the organization that was just trying to create a guest house here. And look at what God gave you and us, everybody. So Father Kelly. Can we move the computer so we can see? Sure. You can hold the computer if you want. Or I can walk with you.
Hello,
So
everybody.
you don't have to hold.
Welcome to Magdala. Welcome all of you to Magdala. And welcome all of you on our live stream to Magdala. We're very happy that you're here with us tonight. And I think we will definitely see maybe some signs of the ending of a period of life here, but we're also witnessing today, since we have these excavations going 2009, a period of rediscovery and building relationships that are very promising. They're very healthy right now and very promising for future development as we go forward. So I'm delighted that you are here, honored and humbled and privileged to be part of this. So now, let me show you a little bit what we have here. Is us. I don't think you need to see me. You have enough of me. So I want to show you around the synagogue. I can move pretty freely here, can I? Hold it for you. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Okay, so I let you, and you know how to steer it then. So basically, Rabbi Gadi, why don't you just scope around and show them the whole design of the synagogue. So we're looking here at 3 different levels of seating. And we actually have the 3 occupied here. We have one lone warrior here in the inside row. And then we have a number here on the second row of seats. And then we have a number on the outer row of seats. And even some are sitting on the wall against all archaeological respect, but that's okay. Normally, we don't have people here in the synagogue, inside the synagogue, for 2 reasons. For damage to, no, you're okay, no.
We also always try to get minions. It's okay, you're not the only one. Been going on for 2,000 years.
No, but we try to keep people out of the synagogue for 2 reasons. One, an old structure like this needs to be properly prepared to receive guests inside it.
Yeah.
And this is not prepared yet. So we're like pushing it a little bit here. And the second thing
now it's a reconstructionist synagogue.
Well, actually, it should be a little bit redeveloped, but it's also very beautiful to keep it in its original form that we have discovered it. There's a great value in that because it marks a time, and times are precious. And even if sad times happen, we remember the passing of our relatives, of our parents, of others, and obviously a very tragic thing like Kristallnacht and also obviously the Holocaust. These are very precious memories, but not to forget. Also, we remember the sad times. We remember when we had an operation, when we lost our parents, when we lost other friends and people, and when bad things happened, 9/11, for example. I was in New York at that time. I knew a lot of people in the Twin Towers. I used to hear confessions in the Twin Towers in New York, But at the same time, 9/11 has also, there's so many things to say about it, but it has also a redemptive side to it.
Right.
And one of our principles of faith is that we believe that God is more powerful than evil, and that he is the redemptive God, and he can bring amazing good to happen in people's hearts, even in the occasion of evil. And that's part of our faith. And that we learn the very biggest case of that, that's most dramatic and has been so celebrated historically, is Joseph in Egypt. A horrible case of fraternal tensions and evil actions becoming part of God's plan of salvation for his people. So good. Well, let's just do more facts here. Let's walk around and we see the frescoes and the mosaics. So we're actually close to the frescoes over here, Rabbi Gadi. If you come over, are we good with the connection?
Yes.
We don't want to lose
We're
the
good.
connection.
We're good.
So why don't you show them the frescoes here? Frescoes are painted walls that have been painted when the plaster was still fresh. And these have been somewhat restored by the Israeli Antiquities Authority. So they were removed and replaced here again. And I actually prefer the colors of the way we found them originally, because we fell in love with those colors, and they've been touched up a little bit, but they haven't gained in brightness. It's just they probably brought out some aspects that weren't visible when they were in their heyday and when we found them as well.
But that means it was an affluent place.
Yes, we can come to that conclusion for sure. If you turn behind you, there's another piece across from here. And I understood that there was a key relationship, the key relationship, the Greek letter in the relationship of the designs on both sides. And I do not know enough to say about that. While you're here, let's peep in here, Gary. And here you see a mosaic floor. This is about 4 square meters. A little over, how would that be? One, so by 4 square meters is enough. So there's a special design on this mosaic here that's different than the other designs we have. And we've actually copied that in our new building, Duke and Alton. And this is a precious space because maybe this was a place for keeping the scrolls. Maybe it was a
That's the Aron Kodesh,
maybe, or also a
perhaps.
or a Geniza.
the
Sometimes we
Geniza,
use
maybe.
this word also.
Yeah,
So it's not
where
clear.
scrolls are no longer usable, you put it, you bury it, you don't destroy it.
Or conservative.
Oh,
So there
conservative.
are 2 stones here that are, who knows if they were there when this was in full use. There are obviously some alterations possible maybe in that period as well. So, okay. You can
Yeah, louder, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm just conscious of the computer, but we also have a live audience. In the
Don't
in
be
the COVID
bashful.
period, we were always used to just a virtual audience. So it's great to have the live audience back. You're really showing my shoes and legs here very well. So you can show them other parts here. Now, where you're gone down very deep here, just give me the computer for a second, Gadi. Just stay
Okay.
there. And now if you watch where Rabbi Gadi is standing, you see there's a dig there. And this dig was very important because what it did was it showed us, it was a test to see if there's anything at further levels down. Now, we do know that there was something, but it wasn't very significant like we have. So the archaeologists called it a day and said, we don't need to excavate further. There's also another cut on the other side over there in the center, just behind the tall pillar, there to the right of it. And so there was a third cut, I think, as well. And this way we ascertained that there wasn't more underneath. So we basically have a 1st century structure that's closed down before temple destruction. And that's very important. We'll get back to that.
How
in a
do
little
you
bit.
know that this was before pre-temple destruction?
There are 2 major elements to help us to discern the dating of an archaeological discovery. And one of them is ceramics. And the other one are coins. So you'd say the coins should be more
Ceramic and
coins.
coins.
Now, coins are dated. Like the
Ah.
coin we have showcased over here, just a picture of it and enlarged, is from the year 29. And that coin we found in the alley just south of the synagogue here. And that coin has written on it, on one side, Tiberias, for the city of Tiberias. And on the other side, it has written on it, Herodu Tetrarchu. All 3 words are written in Greek, both Tiberias and the name of Herod the Tetrarch, who was Herod Antipas, who was the son of Herod the Great. And he had declared Tiberias capital of Galilee in the year 19. And this coin that we have shown over here is from the year 29. So 10 years after Tiberias was capital of Galilee. So that's significant. And we found about 3,000 coins in all of the sites. And in here we have a number of coins which we found under that mosaic. We need to go and show them the mosaic.
Of course.
And can we just show them, if you stand for a second here, 2 or 3 of you, because you're blocking a fresco behind you.
Sure.
You're keeping the fresco very fresh.
Please rise.
Okay, so you see the fresco here, Raragetto?
Feels like a real synagogue. I just said, please rise.
So here you see different colors. And this piece was also restored, you know. And there's another piece at the, why don't you, here, the two, you just let me see through over here. There's another piece at the end here, okay, so that's here on the western side of the synagogue.
Yeah, you mean not to sit next with your back to it?
No, they're okay.
It's all right?
I just want to show you the other piece that's
Okay.
here. There's a big piece here,
Yeah.
since we're over here in
Yeah.
this area.
Mhm.
And there are no other colors here. This is the first time we have this red and blue in archaeology, it's the longest way.
So this is the first time you found this color.
This is red and blue.
It's like turquoise?
Yeah, I'm not going to get an expert on this. And maybe you just did the doctors on the colors of our mosaics, and I think the festival, and you found 27 different colors.
How many colors?
27
27
different colors.
different colors.
I find it hard to, I haven't studied her doctorate, but it's very interesting. There's also another little piece of fresco here on the north
Yeah,
side of that wall there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I showed it to them.
Okay. And then we won't walk on the mosaic.
No,
So actually, this mosaic is,
it can be just a little louder, maybe.
yes, sure.
Yeah.
So here we have a mosaic pattern. If anybody has heart condition, they should take their medicine before seeing the design. There seems to be a problematic.
Rabbi, the sound is off.
I think it's frozen for some reason.
Yeah.